And welcome in On the Go. You know, if you're my age, you probably remember the early days of flying, even out of Montgomery, where you could just about walk in there 10 minutes before the plane took off. You walked down an uncovered concourse, walked up some jet steps, and you were into an airplane. Well, since 9/11, those things have changed quite a bit. We have with us as a guest today, Brittney Jones-Dabney, and you are the marketing director for the Montgomery Regional Airport.
Yes, I am.
And it is a regional airport.
It is a regional airport. We do have 4 nonstop services to Atlanta, Charlotte, Dallas, and DC, but we can get you to 300 plus worldwide destinations.
Oh my goodness. Right out of Montgomery. Well, what we want to talk to you about, Brittney, today is about the fact that when you're now older and you're starting to travel, so many people have got a fear because it's just overwhelming, the different things that you have to do. So let some of our older viewers know that it is not quite as bad as it seems.
Right. So you do have to go through things like TSA right now,
Right.
and that's for everybody. But the good thing about with older individuals is you don't have to take off your shoes at TSA pre-check or anything like that. But you do have to have like a card that basically says that you can go about and be able to go through TSA smoothly. And you do want to make sure that number one, that you go on TSA.gov to make sure that you're within the parameters of making sure that you have the right size liquids and carry-ons, because TSA can be a little bit overwhelming
Sure.
sometimes. So we just want to make sure that number one, that our older individuals do know about the easiness going through TSA, that they're here to help you and also to keep you safe at the same time.
That makes sense. And of course, it's important to remember, don't try to take everything with you.
Absolutely
Because that
not.
becomes, it's not only a nightmare on the ground, it's a nightmare when you get into the plane.
Absolutely. So you want to make sure you have those travel size liquids and things
Right.
like that, 2.5 ounces, because those can be stopped along the line, especially when you're in the TSA line and you're trying to get through, you're probably in a rush. You just want to make sure that it's at 2.5 liquid ounce. And TSA.gov definitely has a list of things that they do allow, especially during like the holidays. Like a lot of people want to take gifts that are already
Yes.
wrapped. It's a big thing to also remember to not have those gifts wrapped. Just wait till you get to your destination to be able to wrap it, just in case you have to go through those clearance pre-checks.
And that's amazing, the people that'll do that.
Yeah.
And do remember, there's a certain size of a suitcase you can bring on.
It is a
You
certain
just
size.
you can't bring the big one that goes under and get it in there
No.
and expect to put it somewhere.
Now, you have to bring a carry-on size. That's basically, I'm not really sure of the parameters, but it's a carry-on size. It's a more common travel size. The things to note about Montgomery Regional Airport is when you bring on your carry-on, you can take that with you. So you want to make sure that, again, that you have your liquids the right size. If you have any laptops, electronics, and things like that. The good thing about our TSA is you don't have to take everything outside. It used to
Nice.
be that you have to take all your electronics out, your phones, but you can keep those inside that bin because we have a new CT scanner machine that basically recognizes everything in one compartment. So that eliminates the stress of having to take everything out. I know
Right.
for myself that weighs down on when I'm trying to go through TSA. But that's really one of the important things. And also, you can still check your bags. Now, also flying from Montgomery Regional Airport, it's important to note the times. So Delta's wait time for you to be able to get on is 30 minutes before the flight's departure.
Okay,
So you
so
want
you
to
have
make
to
sure
be checked in.
you have to be checked
Checked
in.
in, right.
Yes, if you have
That means you've received your boarding pass.
absolutely,
Right.
and that's also important to note that if you have a carry-on, you can go at any time, but you definitely want to make sure that you're there before that 30-minute window. Now, American is 45 minutes, so that you have to definitely make sure that you're there for American. That's the same thing as well. Make sure that you're there within that 45-minute window so that you're checked in and you can get on to your plane.
That's right. And remember this is key to travel out of Montgomery. If you go to Atlanta, you may be in a line that's going to take you 45 minutes or so to be able to get up to where they can check you in.
Right.
When you get here to Montgomery, you have to have identification.
Absolutely.
You show that identification to the security officer. At that point, does he look and say, this person's over 75, hand you the card to breeze through?
Yes, they will do that.
So they're the ones that do that here.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they do that in Atlanta.
It may take a little while.
It may take a while,
But the
right.
important thing to note, flying out of Montgomery Regional Airport, is the easiness. You know, from the car to the parking lot and to our
Right.
TSA, it's about 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't beat that in Atlanta. In Atlanta, you're going to be about 2.5 hours at the minimum trying
Yeah.
to get through TSA.
Plus, you've got to get there.
Absolutely. And then another great thing is, you know, the more you travel, the more you get to know our TSA agents. And they're really nice, and they're friendly, and they're always
Yes.
making sure that they keep us safe.
Yep.
At the end of the day, that's why they're here.
And that makes a lot of sense.
It does.
So just remember this for the information. What site do you go to get all the information? TSA.gov. Okay, it's real simple, TSA.gov.
Yes.
And they're going to let you know everything you need to know about flying. And remember this, it's easy to fly out of Montgomery. They go north, south, east, and west,
Yes.
which is, they don't go
worldwide.
south. We don't go south right now.
Dallas.
Dallas. It's kind of south of
This
us.
is south, you know.
Well, thank you so much. We're going to get you to come back next week because I want to talk about all the enhancements that are happening at the airport.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Thank you.
And just remember, make it easy on yourself when you're on the go. Fly. It's fun. We'll be right back right after this.